What is up? What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. Blood Splatter Chatter here on another Friday the 13th live to talk this time about Friday the 13th Part 4. We got Mr. Rocket and Robbie Billups with us, Mr. Link, and Wes from Screen Brulee. And we're going to be talking Friday 4 and then giving away, bam, right here. We're giving away this very Friday the 13th Part 4 Jason mask that I just got done making like 20 minutes ago. It still smells very much like the high gloss finish that I put on there. But Robbie, my brother, who you won the last one, and this is how I'm doing it now. Last time I gave you a pick, and you got to pick of a few different ones. I think you picked a Part 5 mask. But just like this franchise, which kept finding its footing and finding its identity as it went on, I'm still learning what this show is. And from now on, this is the trophy. So you win a Part 4. Whoever wins the trivia on the panel, you win a Part 4 mask. It's not finished yet. I will fucking finish it. It will be baller. It's going to look just like this one. I'll get to it within the next day or two. And then you guys in the chat, you will win one as well. So that's what I'm going to do. Every year or every Friday the 13th, I'll do one that matches the movie that we're talking. So next time you'll have a chance to win another Part 5 mask, Robbie.
Well, I can't wait till we get to Jason Goes to Hell then, because I want to see you do that one.
Oh, shit. I wasn't even thinking about the Jason 10 one. The Jason X one, that will be. I'll figure it out, man. I will figure it out. That's my promise to you guys. You guys in the chat, stick around. We're gonna again reviewing the movie, talking about some other just general horror stuff, and then we'll get into the trivia. The trivia will probably start in like 35, 40 minutes, depending on how interesting we are and what we have to talk about. But Robbie, my brother, thank you so much. You've been here for all of these. I really appreciate it. And welcome back, my friend.
Oh, of course, man. It's one of my favorite holiday traditions is gathering with you guys here to talk Friday the 13th. Of course, it's Part 4 time. And I could not be more excited for February where we talk about Part 5. But tonight's Part 4. So this is one of those ones, man, that like, I know it's a lot of people's favorites. It's never been my favorite. So it'll be an interesting discussion based on my most recent watch.
For sure. I've been looking forward to this one since we started because it's like it's a fan favorite, but it's also one of the more divisive of all of them. But speaking of divisive, my brother, Missing Link, thank you again. Been here for all these, man. I appreciate you always showing up. So thank you. Welcome back.
Happy to be here. And mostly I'm gonna win a damn mask. I just want to put that out there into the universe. One of these days, that's mostly why I'm here. It's the mask. But I enjoyed the movie as well.
You've earned one. I'm gonna have to send you one eventually. You have, I got earned one if anyone has.
Fair and square.
Wes, sorry. I don't see a whole shitload, but it's always a pleasure. I always love having you on. You've been here for the last one. Was last one the first one that you did?
I was the last one and the one before that, I think.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, welcome back, man. So good to see you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I love talking Friday the 13th. Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And okay, so let's dive into it. Friday the 13th, Part 4 came out 1984, just as the ratings board, the MPAA was really like kind of tightening the noose on the slasher genre, in particularly directed by, I forget his first name. I lost it already. Joey Zito, right?
Yeah, Joseph Zito. Yeah.
So I had to look into it. I didn't realize, and I didn't realize that he directed The Prowler in 1981, also with Tom Savini. I've always thought of The Prowler, which Robbie, you did on Horror Fest last year. I've always thought of it as one of the more mean-spirited slasher movies ever. Just like a really like nasty kills. And then watching this one, knowing that again, it's Tom Savini and Zito, you can totally see that it's the same crew. Like this is, I think, probably the most mean-spirited of all the Friday the 13th movies. And it feels, in my opinion, it's a little bit darker than the first three. Like the cast is just different. They're not as likable. They're not like these happy campers. They are, but there's very few likable characters in this movie.
Yeah, they're all dead
Yo.
fucks.
Was it Crispin Glover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that is. I knew it was him. Like I was like, that's Crispin Glover. But at certain points, I was like, maybe it's not him. You know, like it's so different than anything I've ever seen him play. But there's like the slight.
He's one of the
crispness.
weirdest dudes, like in the history of Hollywood. Just like what? Like thank God they got him for this. To have him in this and Corey Feldman was such a like they did so well with that. Corey Feldman was recording this or filming this at the same time that he was doing Gremlins, and I meant to look into it. I think it was his first film. I think those are his two films that he did. Don't even quote me on that. I shouldn't even have said it because I don't know. But I'll just say right off the bat, I've always looked at this one and been like, why is this so many people's favorites? It's never been one of my favorites. I always found it to have the most annoying cast or one of the more annoying casts out of the franchise. But last night's watch in particular, that I feel like I say this all the time, was one of the best watches for this film that I've ever had. I actually really, really enjoyed it. And I get it. It has more kills than anyone that we've seen so far. It has 14. I think the last one had 12 and 11 and 9 or something like that going back through it. So that's part of it. Like as I'm watching, it's like, bam, it's kill. And it's just like I said, they're mean-spirited and it's dark. It has kind of like a nasty, like sleazy vibe to it. But what's up to everyone? I appreciate seeing you, Christina Payne. What's going on? Appreciate seeing you here. My brother Stu from Dr. Doom's fan club. What up? Happy Friday the 13th, my brother. Bubbles RR, Crispin Glover, Malcolm McDonald running neck and neck for the weirdest actors. I love that. And Ninja Doughboy says, hey, can I have a mask? You can have a mask if you stick around and answer some of these trivia questions, right? Speaking of answering trivia questions, right? Johnny Recaps, man. I'm happy to see you here, brother. Happy to see you here. I hope you stick around. I hope you do well in the trivia. I might
You will.
I have it that I was only going to ship this to the continental US, but I might break that law and spring the extra fucking $50 to ship this over to you if you win it, buddy. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I think I probably would. Excited for trivia, Michelle Stokes. Happy to see you here, man. I'm glad you made it. We'll be doing it in 35, 40 minutes, something like that. So let's jump into it, man. I kind of already gave my spiel on it. We'll dive in deeper into Friday Part 4, but a little more generally. We haven't done this in a while. We did this the first time that we gathered, where I asked you, Robbie, just your general thoughts on the franchise. But like, what do you think on the franchise? Is where it stacks up against like the rest of like the big ones in 80s slasher?
I mean, I think it's one of the biggest ones in the 80s, right? Especially because there's only maybe 2 years in the 80s that didn't have a Friday the 13th movie, right? Yeah. As I've said before, like I'm more of a fan of, say, the Elm Street franchise, or in particular the Halloween franchise. But Friday the 13th is kind of a consistent franchise, right? Like they have a level that they hit and they kind of stay there. Sometimes they punch above it, sometimes they go a little bit under it, right? But they stay very consistent. And I have gone through my snobby Robbie phases where I'm like, that's just slashers. That's just TNA. There's no substance there. And all that's true. But man, sometimes you just want to unplug your brain, sit down and watch some horny teenagers get got, right? And that's what Friday the 13th is for, man. They're great party movies. You can put them on. You can start watching them in the middle of the movie. It doesn't matter if you miss the first 20 minutes. Who cares? Right. Just like enjoy the ride, So this is... And I have this discussion every week leading into a Friday the 13th since we've been doing the show, where I'll start talking about it and people go, oh, I never liked the Friday the 13th movies. They're so immature. And I'm like, yeah, but, they're fun. And that's, not every movie. Like, dude, let's be honest. Nightmare on Elm Street. There's like 3.5 good movies in that entire franchise. You know what I'm saying? This one has a level of consistency. Same thing with Halloween, man. Some of those movies are really bad. I would say that some of the worst Elm Street and worst Halloween movies are worse than some of the worst Friday the 13th movies outside of Jason Goes to Hell.
I'm right there with it, because that's like the one thing I consistently say about this franchise. you know what you're getting. None of them are like fine art or anything, but like the best one isn't that far away for me from the worst one. They're all, and that's not a bad thing. They're consistently, I don't want to say mediocre because they're so like near and dear to my heart. They're super watchable. It's similar to like a movie like Evil Dead where there's almost no plot. It adds to the rewatchability factor. There's like most nightmare movies, there's more of a plot that you kind of have to follow along and can get bogged down in. With Friday, there's none of that. You don't have to worry about
with
names,
Friday,
characters, nothing.
Yeah. With Friday, we don't usually talk about the intricate plots, right? But out of all of those franchises, this is one of the most consistent to its own story and timeline. Is Friday the 13th. Like every movie leads into the next one. It's all clear. It's easily understandable. It's just there, except for when he like melts away at the end of Jason Takes Manhattan, and then he comes back,
right?
And Jason goes to hell. You're like, how did they? But they go out of their way. Maybe they don't go out of their way, but they do a good job of maintaining the integrity of the sacred Friday the 13th timeline.
Yeah. This before I send it to you, Link. Who would win? Ninja Go Boy 64 says, who would win, Jason or the Terminator? I would say Jason because it's been proven that he cannot die, like we just mentioned. Yep. I guess the Terminator would come back in different incarnations, but that's not the same guy. You know what I mean? Jason's you kill him, he's just gonna come back and kill you, Terminator.
And if we're throwing Jason X in there against the Terminator, forget about it.
Right,
you know, you might as well. You know, he's on the
Bobby
same
says he needs a mask as well. Stick around, my brother. Again, coming up, be giving away this mask to one of you in the chat. Again, Dylan from Dylan's Horror Show won it last year. I talked to him. Hopefully he's going to show up. He's supposed to be here in the chat in a little bit. So that's going to be our returning champion from last Friday the 13th. But Link, my brother. Oh, no, Robbie, I wanted to ask you, like, this is the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, like, rank the top three, because that is the big three, right? It's Jason, Michael, and Freddy. And like taking the franchise into consideration or however you want, how would you rank those three franchises? And what's the fourth? Like big slasher franchise that you would put in there? Expect like I'm looking at, I guess I'm like talking out two sides of my mouth because I'm kind of looking at it as just the characters. Like who would be the fourth that you would have to add with Michael, Jason, and Freddy? You know what I mean? Who's that other slasher icon?
Okay. Well, I would rank them Halloween number one. Then man, Elm Street and Friday the 13th are like neck and neck, right? Because Friday's got the consistency thing, but Elm Street's got Robert Englund.
Yeah.
You know, and even in the really bad ones, like The Dream Child, Robert Englund's great and the kills are great. So I'd go Elm Street and then Friday, but those two are neck and neck. If I had to add in a fourth one, it's Hellraiser, my man. I love the Hellraiser franchise. Pinhead. When I was a kid, elements of these movies were scary. But even as an adult, Jason's not that scary to me. Michael's not scary. Freddy's not scary. Pinhead comes through my wall with some lit up bricks. I'm shitting myself, bruh.
I love it. He didn't cross my mind. I feel it. And he would look good on the Mount Rushmore too. Just to, you know, him as the character himself. But hell yeah, man. Same to you. Let's just start there. If you had to do the same thing, if you had to rank those three and then add a fourth, what would it be?
If I had to rank them,
you guys in the chat too.
I think that Freddy and Michael Myers are more interesting characters, but in terms of consistency, it's been stated, like you guys said, I know what I'm getting out of that. You know, like the new Michael Myers Halloween movies, they weren't for everybody. They're divisive, you know. So it's like, if you've seen it, they made a trilogy out of them. So if you saw the first one, you weren't really digging the first one. It's like your mileage may vary on the other two, you know. Right. But with the Jason for the Friday the 13th franchise, it's consistent. It's, like Robbie said, punches below their weight sometimes, punches above. It's always somewhere in the middle. So it's satisfying in a way, more satisfying, instead of being let down by these new takes that Freddy or Michael Myers may have. So that's hard for me. So it might be divisive, but if we're talking in terms of consistency and being satisfying, I would say Friday. It goes Friday for me first, then Halloween, then Freddy. And if I'm gonna throw in a four, I know it's wild, but I'm gonna go Ghostface, man.
I have no problem with
it's
that.
no face, bro. It's
Especially if
He-
you're looking
he-
at franchises. Because Scream has the same thing going for it that Friday the 13th has, but the movies, in my opinion, are better. You know what I mean? But they
Yes.
have a level of consistency that will probably outmatch Friday just because of the starting place. Like Scream 1 is better than any movie in this franchise, in my opinion. But I probably love this franchise more. There's just something about it. There's the cool factor, there's the 80s factor, there's the goddamn mask and the character design of Jason and the character of Jason.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is like Ghostface isn't like it's just the mask. It's not a person. Is it Billy? Is it, you know what I mean? It's all sorts of different people.
Well, that Mount Rushmore just needs to expand and put all 12 ghost faces on there. How about
Just
that?
Yeah. we got some love. Michelle Stokes saying Ghostface, Bobby saying Ghostface, The Burning and Madman, good camp slashers. Hell yeah, man. I actually have not seen Madman, but I love The Burning. So I have written 3 Friday the 13th stories on Wattpad. Hell yeah, go check it out, people. Appreciate you being here, Garcia. Appreciate you, my brother. Excuse me. How do I become eligible for the mask? You are eligible right now. All you got to do is stick around a little bit here. We'll be playing some trivia and giving away this mask. So we'll be playing 2 rounds of trivia. It's simple. It's just less trivia questions than there's been the last couple, so it's easy. So stick around and you might win. But Wes, brother, my brother, same to you. Same question. If you had to rank those 3, the big 3, and then add 1, what would it be?
I think just hearing the other arguments, I kind of think I've been convinced that Friday the 13th kind of takes the top just because there's no movie in a rewatch of Friday the 13th that I would feel like I need to skip because I hate it that much.
Right.
There's like 5 movies in the Halloween series that I feel like I need to skip because I hate them so much. There's several, there's at least 2 in the Friday or in the Nightmare on Elm Street series that I just cannot watch because they're so bad. The 6th and the 5th one, I just can't handle them. They're so bad. So like, I think I've been convinced. I was originally coming into this being like, oh yeah, Halloween, Nightmare, Friday the 13th, but I can rewatch all the Friday the 13th movies and have a good time, even the ones that are kind of bad, because they're just fun. They do all kind of rest in that middle there. They all are consistent, and there is something about them that is weirdly charming. Like there's several moments throughout the series where like teenagers will have sex and that like awakens Jason. And he's like, I must kill the teenagers having sex. And like, it just takes that concept and it's just, I don't know. It's so like aware of itself, but it still does the thing that, you want horror movies to do, which is to be gory and exciting and fun. And so I think Friday the 13th, probably when you consider the entire series and not just the high points, would probably be number 1. And then Nightmare on Elm Street, and then Halloween, which feels blasphemous because the first Halloween is so good. But
no, I feel exactly. That's exactly where my mind goes.
Yeah.
Well, if you had to add 1 more to the Mount Rushmore,
I'm gonna go Child's Play. I think Chucky,
love it.
I think he's got the consistency too. He doesn't have any of the movies in his series that I would skip because I think they're that bad. But there are bad ones, but they're all fun. And I just think he's got that many movies now and the TV series, so like he deserves it.
I love that. Why can I not pronounce anybody's name? I'll say Jeremiah. I know I can pronounce that one. Said Ghostface is not the best. Michael Myers is the best. Okay. fair enough. Which I love Michael too, and that's
Michael's already on the Mount Rushmore.
Exactly. He's already established his spot. It's funny because I asked you guys this question, and then I've been doing so much shit that I honestly have not really thought about it. But if you would have asked me this when I was a kid, it's like, what do you mean? Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy, he's the man. He's like hands down, he was the coolest when I was a kid. And then when I got into whatever my equivalent of the Snobby Robbie phase was, fucking whatever, is out Halloween. What do you mean? Halloween is the great film. And I actually I enjoy the new trilogy for what that's worth. It's not the fucking greatest, but I could watch them. I've watched them all like fucking 5 or 6 times. But recently, in the last handful of years, it's Friday the 13th. It's the one that if I didn't have a 2-year-old with me all the time, I would just have it on repeat constantly at my house. I got obsessed with the game. I got obsessed with making these masks, and I got just kind of obsessed. It's not obsessed, but they're a comfort movie to me. Absolutely. Me and my wife used to put on the Star Wars saga. Like when we went to bed every night, we'd just press play on the next one. And then for like a year and a half, it was the Friday the 13th saga. We would go to bed, like every night to Jason murdering horny campers. And that's another thing. Like me and my wife, we kind of share it together. We've kind of like grown this love of Jason and the game and the franchise. So I would say, just for me personally, at age 41, Friday being my favorite, and then I gotta go Halloween just because of what we're talking about, because it has Halloween. That's the best movie out of all of them for me. And then A Nightmare, and then again, this is just preference, I gotta go Chucky, specifically because that's another one that's a pretty consistent franchise in my opinion too. But Chucky is a character that like is still crazy relevant. He's probably more relevant than anybody. You could, it would be between him, I guess, Ghostface and Michael Myers right now, as far as like who has stood the test of time and that the kids know about and that are still making good stuff to this day with the TV show there. I'm waiting for the next really good Child's Play movie. Yeah. But
off topic, what do you guys think of that remake they tried to do where he's like AI?
I hated it.
It's terrible.
Okay.
I'm never the type to be offended by something, but I was like, I'm fucking offended by this. There was something about it I found offensive, but I've heard there's people that like it. It's one of those, if I went into it not thinking of myself as a Chucky fan and looking at it as something new, like I might look at it differently, but I kind of hated it. What about you?
One thing about Friday the 13th is that out of all the remakes that have been made of like these classic horror movies from the 80s and stuff, Friday's the only good one.
Yeah.
It's like
I would disagree a little bit about the Rob Zombie Halloween, but I guess I have no taste. I have no taste. I can't help it. But I do agree that the Friday one is very, very solid. Very solid.
The first, okay, we'll say
by the way.
At least the first Rob Zombie film. Second one.
I
can't believe. I used to enjoy that one.
You don't understand the significance of the white horse.
Bro, I have not seen any of these movies since I was a kid, but I just had my nieces and nephews here and they wanted to put on Leprechaun. So I always find that interesting because I've got like 6 to 13-year-old nieces and nephews. And when they come over, they see all my horror stuff and they like what they'll bring up makes me laugh, but like they love Leprechaun. They love the original Leprechaun, these kids. So that's funny.
That's one that's up and down. You know, I feel like after a while, those some of those Leprechaun movies become.
I haven't seen any of them in fucking forever. Bobby saying Alfred Hitchcock, Vincent Price, and Bela Lugosi. Oh, you horror snob, you. Old school Rushmore. I love it though because System Fragile is my young. Hold on. Damn auto spell. I don't know where you were going with this. My young, I don't know. I don't think you meant young
System Jew. Fragile is mine young Jew. You don't understand what that means?
I do not. Leprechaun in the Hood was goated, he says. Love Parasite villain from Superman. All right. So let's dive back in now to Friday the 13th Part 4. Again, I kind of already said my spiel. It was always like, what do people love about this? I found the characters like really annoying in the past, but watching it last night, I just soaked it up. I kind of love the shit out of it. But what about you, Robbie? I know you said it wasn't always your favorite. How was the rewatch?
It's not always my favorite, right? But I said the same thing about Part 3 last time we did one of these things, and I was like, man, rewatching Part 3, I actually enjoyed it a whole lot more this time. That wasn't the case for me with Final Chapter. I had the exact same opinion that I've had for like all of my adult life. Like I like it. I don't think it's a terrible movie. It has to do what it has to do, which is the formula of Friday the 13th, right? Kids are going out there. And at least I do appreciate that the movies try to change things up, like in Part 2, they're like, oh, but it's not that camp. It's a camp like across the lake. And then Part 3, like they're over there. And then there's a lot going on around Crystal Lake. I'm just going to say that. And the other interesting thing that I was picking up on, and I think I realize this every time I rewatch these films, bruh, Part 2, 3, and 4, it's all one weekend.
Right? I know.
It's all one weekend.
So it's like Sunday the 15th by the end of it.
Yes, exactly. So, but I mean, I don't know, man. I love that it kicks off and gives us what I really love about Part 5 and 6 is the Tommy Jarvis character.
Yep.
Right. And I like having a character that has a through line and his own kind of arc outside of Jason within the franchise. So I do like that. I do like Corey Feldman in the movie. I like the actors. It's the the characters. I don't give a shit about the characters, but man, I don't give a shit about any of these characters in the previous 3 films, except for maybe like Ginny in part 2, right?
Yeah.
And maybe the doofy redhead in part 2 that gets away because he's out there drinking, right?
Yeah, we never see die. Yeah.
They should bring him back, man. You know, like, I don't know. All my friends got killed one night in 1979, and now I'm back, or some shit like that. But I mean, the kills are great. Tom Savini is back, but like you were saying, the MPAA, this is when they're really kind of cutting into it, and you don't get to see a lot of those effects, man. You really don't. You got the cool, gnarly stuff where Jason's like sliding down on the machete at the end. His death scene is pretty freaking cool. Kudos to the filmmakers because they were intending, all of them, including Zito and the producers. This is the end of Jason. We're wrapping this up. We're tired of everybody telling us that we're ruining the kids of America. But of course, this movie made a shit ton of money, so they couldn't let that dog lie. But I think it's okay. I don't really get into the characters. And honestly, I think the story drags a lot. It spends a lot more time with these characters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tommy's only in the 3, right? 4, 5, and 6.
He's done a couple fan films, is maybe what you're talking about.
Okay. And he's a different dude in every movie, by the way.
Yeah.
My favorite of which being part 6, where it's Tom Matthews, I believe is his name, from Return of the Living Dead. I love part 6. That was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Same.
But like this one, they're still trying to. This is the last of that 70s tone going into the early 80s that we have with the Friday the 13th movies, right? From this point forward, it gets a little bit more flamboyant, a little bit more 80s, a little bit more modern feeling, or more contemporary for its time. But this one was the last of the mean streak, right? Like where these movies 1, 2, 3, and 4 feel like they're holdovers from like the 70s American horror. Right?
Absolutely.
And I do like that. I like that vibe, but I think a lot of this was done better in part 2, which I love, my favorite of the franchise. I think a lot of this was done better in part 3. And Jason is almost a non-entity throughout most of this film.
Right.
Like it blew my mind when I was like, you don't really get your first look into Jason coming back and being Jason. Like, he's there, he's killing people, but you don't actually see Jason and see that pimp stride until like an hour and 7 minutes into the movie. It's an hour and 31 minutes, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it was a little disappointing. I always feel for this to be everybody on the pedestal of everybody as the best Jason movie and one of the best Jason performers, because it's the old cowboy guy that was like John Wayne's stunt double or whatever. There's very little Jason in this movie, man. And I don't know, man. It's an okay movie. I like it. I don't think it's terrible, but I've never really quite gotten what everybody's saying. Plus, it's told that this is the horniest of all of the Friday movies, that it's got the most nudity. I'm like, maybe, but if you take away that like 1930s porn they're watching, it's not. Part 5 is the horniest one, bruh. And that's why I can't wait till February, man. Come on.
You know,
Roy.
What's funny? Because, dude, you make a great point. I thought the same thing. Like, where is the Jason? It's mostly like he's there, like you said. It's his feet, it's his hands, it's him from the waist down or whatever. But this is what I was thinking. I feel like, and this is obviously debatable, part 6 is the definitive Jason like character, how he like acts, the way he's like more robotic and like supernatural. But this, which will be given away here in a little bit when we play trivia, is, in my opinion, the definitive Jason Voorhees mask. With the cut, with the blood, with the triangles messed up. And we see it for like 30 seconds in the movie.
Yeah.
That's what's funny to me. Like, this is what people think about when you think
of
that
iconic movie poster really cements it too, right?
Dude, dude.
They had that in the video game, the NES video game, right? Where you'd see the knife go into the eye hole and all that stuff.
I think this is my favorite cover. Robbie, you got a shirt that I'm always jealous of this one, but this might be my favorite. This is the first one. I really actually love the first one here as far as the covers go. But hell yeah, man, hell yeah. Missing Link, my brother. Did you, I mean, you've told me this before, but I have forget. Did you grow up with this one? I know you're a little bit younger than me, but did you grow up with it? And how was the rewatch?
No, this one is not one I grew up with. Man, it's talk about don't revisit your childhood. Actually, one of my favorite for the longest time was, what's the one in the 90s that almost killed the franchise? Where the people
Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah, I dug that.
You're
as
talking about
a
the
kid,
one where they
bro.
reveal he's just a giant worm.
Oh, the shit you love as a kid. I saw that. I was like, I remember. I think it was when you covered it, Robbie. I was geeked to recover that one, and revisiting it was traumatizing. I was like, well, I don't know. We were on different wavelengths, me and my kid self.
I was
But,
with you because I loved it in the '90s too, man. I loved it.
Okay.
The guy eating the heart. It has its moments.
So gross.
And that's the thing, because I would say it's the worst one in the franchise, but you could totally make the argument in a franchise defined by the kills that it has the best kills in the franchise. So that's why I say it's not that far down the list, although it is my least favorite one.
Yeah, it didn't age well. But,
is it weird that I liked Goes to Hell a lot more this rewatch than I ever did before?
I love that.
I support. Maybe we should. We're working our way up there.
We'll get there.
Right.
Okay. All right. But no, this one isn't one I grew up with. But I enjoyed this rewatch. I feel like I may be the easiest one to just kind of throw on. Maybe that's why people love it so much. The fact it's got Crispin Glover and one of the Coreys, I think that boosts it. But the argument with Jason, I do understand. Like there are some sleazy kills, but there's one he's like he tossed the chick out the window, and I was like, really? You're just like spying on a chick, you're just because of like the Jason we come to know him as, like just this hulking, unstoppable thing. It just seemed a little weird to see. I mean, there's some kills earlier on in the first three films where it's kind of like not the Jason we know him as. Mm-hmm. But in this one, I was just like, the scene that caught me off guard was when they're at the top of the staircase at the end, and Corey and the sister are like, Tommy, Trish, and he's like, which one do I go after? I'm just like, really? I feel like he's just.
You know what I like about that? This is what I feel like. Because he's out of the big slasher villains, he's the one that's the most sympathetic. He's like a big kid. We look at it, and that's what I feel like that scene is right there. Them like showing his kind of his moral compass. I'd rather kill this blonde than this kid. Hey, you're not that bad of a guy after all.
I could see that. No, I could see that now. But I did, there are some fun kills. Like I did enjoy the kill with the chicks on the raft, and he just like wah, and I don't know. There's just something satisfying about that because I'm like, why are you out in the middle of the raft? I mean, I get it, but still, it just is. She seemed like she deserved it at that point.
Yeah. I love any movie where there's a character calling for one of their friends. Paul, is that you? Any movie that does that, especially if the name is Paul, which we get in like a lot of 80s slashers.
Where's the damn corkscrew?
Yeah, where's the
corkscrew? That was a great kill, though. That was a great kill, and it kind of came back to him.
This speaking of this right here from Ninja Go Boy says part 4 had a brutal Jason death. We had talked a little bit, and Robbie, you mentioned it, like the MPAA being hard on the franchise and slashers in general. They cut a lot from every other kill to save Jason's death, is what it boiled down to. They could have like a certain amount of moments of gore, is the way that they felt about it. There's not like a hard, fast rule, but they kept on taking little bits of gore out of the other kills and leaving the Jason death, and that's what they ended up giving us. Which I wouldn't say it's worth it, but that is like my favorite Jason kill in the franchise.
Yeah, no, I'd say it was worth it because everything else was pretty satisfying. Even like the chick in the raft, Crispin Glover, even Crispin Glover's friend. Even though it was so simple, when he gets like shanked through the sheet, I was like, that's what you get. Cool. There's something that was satisfying. Yeah.
Oh no. I just was attacked by a toddler. Hold on.
But no, yeah, it's not my favorite, but I think it's the easiest to watch. Maybe that adds to the the appeal.
I think it's a really good finale. Like the final third is super fun, and that's what I felt actually in this rewatch of the series about a lot of the movies. Is like the first 2/3 of a lot of them are kind of meh, but then the finale kind of makes up for it.
Totally.
And I feel that way about this one a lot, for sure.
That's actually one of the segments that one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys about is ranking the first 4 finales. because I feel like after this, it's over. Like we don't have another great finish to a Friday film. And in the first 4, it's incredible. The first one with Jason's mother having her head cut off, Ginny in the sweater, and the second one, the third one is
Chris
great.
is just a badass.
in the barn, in the
Yeah.
chase. And then this
Well, what
one,
about part 7, man? Part 7's got a badass finale.
Oh
man.
yeah, I
it's
love
good. Don't get me
Part
wrong, it's really good. But like,
And what about all the radioactive sludge and Jason Takes Manhattan, you know?
That's
And then
not
he
as
turns him
good.
into a little baby.
Well, this
that
is what
happens
I'm
every
saying.
midnight. Yeah,
They get weird, like the ones you're talking about. Yeah, Tina's dead dad comes back and kills him. It's like, it gets harder.
it is weird, but it's so cool.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. 2 and 4 are pretty weird, where they're pretending to be other people and everything. You know what I mean? They kind of in 4 they kind of play off what they did in part 2, where he's pretending to be someone else. But yeah, the endings in the first 4 incredibly iconic. But Link, unless you had more.
No, I think there was a good segue to Wes.
Hells yeah. Wes, and again, quick reminder for you guys in the chat, we'll be giving this away real shortly. We're playing some trivia very, very shortly. So stick around, like 10 minutes. Wes, my brother, how was the rewatch? Did you grow up with this one?
No, I didn't grow up with any of them. I saw them all like other than the first one, which I saw like, I don't know, 2015. I saw them all in like 2021, I want to say.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so they're kind of recent in my life, I guess. I'm a newbie fan in a way. But yeah, I enjoyed this rewatch. I think I agree with a lot that's been said, that like generally the first 2/3 of this movie is kind of dull and the characters are a little dull. But then once it starts ramping up towards the end, like I'm all for it. And like, as weird as the little 1920s stag film thing that they're watching is, it cracks me up so hard. Just like, they're not even into it. They're like watching it and like laughing at it, but they keep watching it. And I'm like, who does this? They must be so high and drunk.
To me, that might be the most annoying point in the entire franchise. Like, the next time I watch porn and giggle the whole time, like slap me in the face, man. Like, why are you watching porn and laugh? Don't get me wrong. I mean, I guess it's kind of laughable porn.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta laugh at, like, this is what, look how outdated these people are.
I wouldn't laugh that fucking hard though. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
like,
yeah, that's right.
Cracking him up like always drives me nuts.
Yeah, they were dying.
He was giving a notice me senpai energy, that's all.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I have always thought that Teddy Bear, I'm like, God damn, does he honestly look high? And in the special features, they say like he was method. And he's like, I think it would be really cool to get really high. And he legit was high for those scenes. And you can tell.
Awesome. Makes sense, yeah.
But, sorry, Wes.
No, that's awesome. That's hilarious. So he's just like high on set every day.
Just waiting for it.
That's amazing.
All right. So I mean, I guess I already said my piece on it, man. I didn't love it, but this time I absolutely did. I'm sitting here debating whether or not we should rate it. Now let's just dive into the trivia. Let's dive into the trivia. We'll come back and we'll rate this bad boy in just a little bit. So
there is one thing I wanted to say real quick. And
please, go ahead.
Probably my favorite thing about rewatching it this time was I like to listen to movie commentaries as I go to sleep, and especially if it's a movie I'm getting prepped for. Dude, Adam Green and Joe Lynch have a commentary for part 4.
I saw that.
And I was just like, that was so great. I was like, man, there need to be more commentaries of filmmakers who are just marks for a previous film, right? Because they are just gushing all over this movie. And I was like,
Green did Hatchet, right?
Yeah, Hatchet, and Joe Lynch did Suitable Flesh.
Okay,
right?
okay.
And they did the Holliston show together. They do the Movie Crypt podcast together. So their commentary, I was like, man, I would have given it a perfect score if I would have gotten to watch the movie with those two, man. They love this movie, dude.
I love that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm in like a Friday the 13th. I'm in like 2 different Facebook groups. And you will see this consistently as like a fan favorite. There's so many people that it's their favorite, but then you have plenty of people that obviously are not into it quite as much. So, all right, let me pull this up. Make sure. Hopefully, this is gonna work. I'm always a little bit nervous because I only do this like 2 or 3 times a year where I pull up video files. I'm always nervous it's not gonna work. Let's see. And it's working. Okay. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. And hopefully I don't have too many of these. I know I have less of the kill quiz that we normally do, and hopefully I didn't pick out too many of these. So here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna show you guys, or you guys are gonna hear an audio clip. Robbie, you're gonna fucking love this from a horror movie score. And you got to tell me what movie it's from. If it's a franchise, you just got to tell me the franchise. I don't need to know the exact movie. So, and I'll put these in here. Well, I kind of did. The first round is definitely going to be pretty fucking easy. And then after that, I just kind of randomized it. I didn't let go and like try to make it harder to difficult. I just kind of slapped them together. So we're going to do, obviously, you three will each answer one. I will keep score. And then you guys in the chat will get every fourth one. So when we do that, we're going to play it. And just the first person in the chat to answer it is getting a check mark. I write your name down. I get you a check mark. And the one with the most tallies by the end, after these 2 quiz segments, will get this mask right here. I'll show you one more time. Because it probably took me like 5-6 hours to make. So I hope you appreciate it. I put my heart and soul into this thing, man. I really did. So I hope you guys appreciate it. So let us begin. You guys on the panel, you guys in the chat, feel free to answer all you want. You guys on the panel, it's the honor system. Try not to look at the chat and get the answers from that. And then one last thing, we'll do like we've been doing with the steals or whatever you want to call it. Like Robbie, if I send it to you and you don't know the answer, link the next person gets a chance to answer the question for full credit, and you get a point. And then we'll continue from there just in time. That's what I'm talking about. Dylan, my man. What up, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you.
Came for the mask.
Bobby, he's in there already. He's diving in ahead of time trying to get guesses in. I love it. All right, so let's dive in. Robbie, this one's for you. Again, some of these, they're all iconic. So hopefully this isn't too easy for you horror fanatics out there. Hopefully there's some semi-tricky ones for you guys out there. All right, Robbie, this is for you. All right. And each one of them is like 10 seconds. Robbie, do you know that one? Oh, this might be harder than I thought if you're already struggling.
Yeah, this one's because it sounds like every freaking horror movie.
And I will play them again if you want. I will. I'll give you.
Right.
Oh, this is gonna be good. If you're struggling with this one, then we're
dun. I'm just gonna say Friday the 13th.
Oh man, Link, do you know it? Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat because they all know it.
Is it Jaws?
It is Jaws. It is Jaws, man.
Man, I thought Jaws first thing, and I was like, it's not Jaws. He wouldn't have pulled from Jaws.
Michelle had Jaws. Did you go boy had Jaws? Johnny Recap saying, what the fuck? Come on, guys. Bobby had Jaws. Horror Clips had Jaws. All right. So that's 1 point for Link. Robbie, I still have faith in you. There's plenty of these. You got all the time in the world for a comeback. Link, listen up. And again, you guys in the chat, I appreciate you guys answering, but these aren't the points. These ones aren't specifically for you, but please keep answering along. And I'll tell you when the questions are for you. Link, this one's for you. Might take a second. You got that one, big guy?
Is it Nightmare on Elm Street?
It is a Nightmare on Elm Street. Link off the bat with 2. I'm loving it. All right. Johnny Recaps had it. Bobby had it. Michelle had it. Hell yeah. All right. So let's carry on. Jace had it. What's up, guys? I appreciate all you guys in the chat.
Jaws one, man.
I know, man. All right. Wes, this is for you. I always wonder how I would do because I think I would do shit. I'm the one like quizzing you guys, but I think I would do shit if I was put on the spot for these. All right, Wes, this is for you.
That's The Exorcist.
That's The Exorcist. Wes has a point.
I love how round one's meant to be the gimme round, and I fucked it up.
It's all right. It's all right. You've dominated every one of these we've ever done. You can miss one, Robbie. You could miss one. All right, chat. This one is for you guys. And just the first one in the chat to get it, write it down. The first one that I see, you get a tally. I'll write your name down. You get a tally. Get ready, chat. This is for you in a second. Come on, chat. Hit me with it.
So
hit me with it.
Such a
Johnny recaps coming through with The Shining.
Was Jace right before Johnny?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was he? Oh, he was. I did that last time too. Sorry, Johnny. Jace. Heard. I heard you with The Shining. All right. Jace has 1 in the chat. Robbie with 0. He's about to get the first one. Link has 2, and Wes has 1 after round 1. Johnny had it. Michelle had it. Horror Clips had it. Bobby had it with Taylor Swift. Close. Dylan had it. Ninja Go Boy had it. All right. This one is for you, Mr. Billups. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed when we were talking backstage, I kept on going, dun, 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 dun. It was stuck in my head. I didn't even realize I was doing it. Robbie, what is it?
It's from one of the greatest films of all time, Gremlins.
Gremlins. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I love it. All right. You're on the board, Robbie. Missing Link, my brother, coming up. This is for you. You got that one? It's a little bit trickier.
Is it Poltergeist?
No, that's a very, very good guess. It's got that sensual nature to it. Wes, do you have it for the steal?
That's Candyman.
That is Candyman, my friend. My friend. Hell yeah.
Well done.
Gory Tiger had it. Candyman, close enough. Hell yeah. All right. So,
take it.
All right, Wes, coming up. You get 2 points in a row, man. This one's for you, Wes. Coming at you.
That's The Omen.
That is The Omen. Wes is crushing this segment. That is The Omen. All right, Wes has 3, leading the panel. Gory Tiger had it. He had The Omen. Bobby's got a beer. Appreciate that. I need another one. I might have to yell at my, not at my wife, but for my wife in a moment to bring me another beer. All right. So, chat, this one's for you. Chat, this one is for you. Get ready. Jace leads the chat with 1. Let's see if somebody else can get on the board to join Jace. This is for you, chat. You guys got that, chat? Tugar wants to hear some Goblin. We're not there yet, brother. We're not there yet. Friday, Evan is on the board.
Oh, shit. I thought that was Jaws.
I love that. You could tell like they were doing a Jaws thing in this movie. This is actually from the movie that we just watched. This one was from Friday the 13th, part 4. Horror Clips had it. Dylan had it. Jace had it. Gory had it. Ninja Go Boy had it. Bobby, you didn't have it. You were fucking close. You were super close, Bobby. I apologize. But all right, Jace and Evan in the chat both have 1. And Robbie, this is for you. I feel like this one's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
Oh man, I know that. Can you play it
You want
again?
to play it again? Yes, I will.
Play it again because I know it.
I don't know if it'll be smooth, but I'll try to play it again. Hold on. Here it comes.
I don't know if this is right, but I'm gonna say Saw.
Mm-hmm.
You
Saw was the other one I almost did. Link, you got it?
Oh, this is 28 days later, baby.
28 days
definitely-
later. Link with his second steal.
Sure is.
Jace Hurd have it. I feel like that was one of the trickier ones because it's a little bit less of an iconic score, but still
I love that.
pretty recognizable and also like fits its era. It stands out from the rest of them as like just really different because it's from a way different era.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
I'm surprised,
Don't
man.
be.
I think you've kind of landed on, and I randomized these again. I didn't try to make it so you would get this one, but you've landed on one that wasn't necessarily your era. But Link, you got another one coming at you right here. You could take the lead with this one. That's a weird one. That's a bit.
I like Robbie's reaction. This is definitely a Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, he's got it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Link with the lead in the chat. Horror Clips had it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That one, it's so prevalent in the video game. So you don't have to know the movies. If you played that video game, which I'm pretty sure you did, Link, a little bit at least.
Yeah.
You hear that concept. All right, Link, you can regain, Wes, you can tie Link with this one right here. Which?
One of the best scores ever in a horror film ever. That's Suspiria.
That is Suspiria. Robbie was like fucking dying to get the steal out of it. Like, come on, man. Come on. There's still plenty of time to catch up, Robbie. There's still plenty of time. Final Destination, Ninja Go Boy said close, but no cigar. That was indeed 1977 Suspiria. Do I have that right? 77?
I think
right?
so, yeah.
All right, hell yeah. Dylan says, Robbie don't know this one. All right. Chat, this is for you. Chat. Again, Jace has one and Evan has one in the chat. Get ready. Here you go. This is for you, chat. You got that, chat? Dylan saying Robbie's pissed he didn't get the last one. Johnny recaps. My brother coming through.
I'm pissed I didn't get any of them aside from Jaws and fucking 20 Days Later.
Coming through with Hellraiser. This is one of the best ones. It's also like really unique too. It's like I don't know, like sophisticated and just kind of like a nobility to the music. If you guys can dig it. Ninja Go Boy had it. Dylan had it. Horror Clips had it.
Got
Dylan says Johnny got that shit before it was even played. All right, Robbie, coming at you right here. I feel like you're hitting all the ones that aren't in your vein, bro.
Son of a bitch.
I'll play it again.
Yeah,
I'm playing it again.
Help, but Jesus.
I'm playing it again because it's cool.
Child's Play.
Hey, you got it.
Jesus Christ.
Specifically, that's Child's Play 2, which they reused that theme for the TV show recently. But hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, they sure did. I didn't even pick up on that. But at first I was like, is that Killer Clowns? I was like,
right?
No.
Because it's got that playfulness to it. It fits so well with Child's Play. But I didn't see anybody in the chat with it. Dylan guessed it, which is a good guess. And Puppet
I would
Master.
say Killer Clowns. That was
what went in my head too. Yeah.
Killer Clowns.
Horror Clips says, I'm not winning at this point, so I'm just going to enjoy it. Hey, you might, man. You never know, bro, because we only have nobody has more than one in the chat. So you could very easily win. All you need is one, brother. We got a whole nother trivia segment coming up after this. So Robbie's got 2, Link's got 4, Wes has 4. Again, in the chat, it's Jace, Evan, and Johnny recaps with 1. So Link, this one's on you. You got that one, Link?
I don't, but let's just play it back because it sounded badass. It might distract me. Fuck. No.
Don't look at the chat because they definitely.
That's Till Dawn.
Great guess.
I'm not gonna.
Johnny Recaps was the first of the chat with Get Out. Evan had it. The Hitchhiker. I'm assuming you mean The Hitcher. There's another fucking solid guess. I love that score because it's like it gives you that kind of backwood hillbilly bit with what they're doing there, and it's like so weird with Siki Lisa. I still remember the first time watching that movie being like, what the fuck is this?
Who's Lisa and why is she so stinky?
Lisa. All right, Wes, this one's for you, brother. Oh, dude, I just realized I fucked up. Wes, I should have gave you a chance to steal that.
I knew it was.
And you had it. And you had it. No, I'm giving it to you because I know you had it. I saw you nodding that you had it right away, and I fucked up. That was on me. Is everybody on the panel okay with that?
Yeah,
I saw Wes knowing it.
No, I think that's bullshit, brother. I'm just kidding.
All right, my bad. I fucked up. I was actually pretty
good,
proud of myself that I haven't messed the order up yet. I can't believe I
You haven't been
that.
doing, yeah. Usually
doing
Verna was
perfect.
like, you know, I think everyone else can better track, but Verna's been on top of the money, so I think that's gotta
Stick around, Edgico, but we'll find out. We only got a few left. I'm not sure how many we left, but no more than 4 or 5. All right, so Wes, this one's for you. You are leading it now with 5. Link has 4. Robbie has 2 on the panel.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, hold on. I feel like I skipped ahead a second. Let me see. Okay, give it a second and it'll play. This one's for you guys. I feel like that one's hard.
That one
That
is
is
hard.
hard.
I feel like I recognize it though, and I feel like I'm probably gonna not get this point. But is that not the music when she's in the boat? When Alice is in the boat at the end of the first one, of the first Friday the 13th?
No,
Right
but that
before
was
we
a
get
fantastic
good-
guess.
yeah.
I love that guess. Now, Robbie, you could steal this one. Do you happen to have it? Do not look at the chat because the people in the chat have it.
Is it Carrie?
It is Carrie. It is the
Oh,
opening.
it's the end at Gary.
It's
Oh, it's
the
the
opening
opening.
and the beginning. Yeah, in the
Oh,
shower
okay.
when she's bleeding, they're playing that music, which I
Yeah.
love. It's one of my favorite like pieces of music from a film. I'll be honest with you, I don't know exactly how many I have because I fucking kind of forget. So, chat, this is for you. I definitely have one more. And chat, this is for you. Robbie, I forgot to give you a point, but I just did. Robbie, you have 3. Link, you have 4. Wes, you have 5. And I don't even know how many of these we have left, but we definitely have another trivia segment. So we continue. And again, it's just Jace, Evan, and Johnny recaps in the chat with just one, people. It's spread
So
around. So
congrats.
everybody is in contention. You could totally win. You could tie it up right here. Chat, this is for you.
It's one of the greatest horror themes of all time, right there, y'all.
Badass. It's super badass. Chat, who's got it? Who's got it first? And if I need to play it again, I'll play it again.
How long till I can steal it from the chat?
I don't know. That's a good question, though, right? Hold on. Come on, chat. I'll play it one more time for you guys.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Out there
It's
in the
not
chat.
Halloween. It's not a zombie movie. It's not The Fog.
That's a good guess, though.
It is a good guess. I know it, but I don't know it. Horror Clip says. Dylan saying, I know that shit. What the fuck? I'll play it one
Hey,
more
let
time.
me steal it from the chat, man.
I know. I'm
Oh,
Evan coming through. Evan on the board now. Nobody has
Evan,
one.
yo.
Evan. All right. Evan has 1. Johnny recaps. Oh, wait. No. I'm sorry. Evan already had 1. Evan has
So it's
2. Evan has 2
Taking
and
the
is
lead.
now leading the chat.
Hell yeah.
Phantasm. What the fuck? Good job, Evan. Dylan says.
Yeah, Dylan, now you know how I feel right now.
It's on the tip of my fucking tongue. Kicking himself for that. Dylan is. Hell yeah. All right. I don't know if I have another one. But yeah, I'm gonna play it. And if I do have another one, then this one is for the chat. Because I know it's only one more if I do have one. I think I do. Oh, I think I saved it in case I needed a tiebreaker. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll save that in case I need a tiebreaker, and we will come back to it. So let's not dick around. Let's just dive right in to our next one here. This is the one that we've done on every one of these shows so far. The victim trivia, where I'm going to show you guys a picture of a victim in the Friday the 13th franchise. You have to tell me how this poor son of a bitch or poor daughter of a bitch died. So we left off with Wes. Again, let's just quick recap. Robbie has 3, Link has 4, Wes has 5. Evan is leading the chat with just 2 people, just 2. So you guys in the chat, stick around. And Robbie, this one's for you. You got to tell me as briefly and as quickly as you can, just like the circumstances surrounding their death or how they died. All right, let's dive into it. Might take a second. Viewer discretion advised. Robbie, do you know how they die?
Yeah, they had just gotten done making whoopee, and Jason spears the 2 of them while they're in bed together. And this is part 3, right? Part 2?
I love Johnny says Jason killed them. That's a great fucking guess, Johnny. That's a great guess. Robbie's got it. And this is a kill that was ripped out of Bay of Blood, directed by Mario Bava from 1970. They do the same kill in that movie, but they linger on it a shitload longer. Not a shit toad longer. That's not a saying. That's not
let's go with
I'm
that.
gonna start using that.
Yeah, it should toad longer. Yeah.
All right. Link coming up. This one will be for you. The one that the arrow is pointing to. I know it's not the greatest picture. I fucking apologize. And again, these are pretty randomized. This isn't like starting easy, going. I just put them in there. Do you remember how this one dies? You know what movie it is?
Killed.
She does get killed.
2 or is it 3?
I probably shouldn't say.
I pickaxe.
Great guess,
by Jason. In the mining
great guess.
area.
That's not great. Wes, do you happen to remember this one? Do you know? I did you guys no favors by picking a shitty picture, but this is the best picture that I could find of this person.
I
put the person that she's there with to give a little bit more reference.
Yeah, I think this is from the third one. I think is she the one that gets the fire poker in the gut, the hot fire poker stabbed through her?
Wes is crushing.
She's the stoner chick, man.
Stoner chick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It was really hard to find a decent picture.
She's the one that's running around going, "Oh my God. Oh my God."
All right. So Wes leading it now with 6. Link behind him with 4. Robbie tied with Link with 4. Chat, this is for you. Get ready, chat. Right here. Here it comes. In a moment. How she died, chat. Again, quickest, easiest answer. Doesn't have to be detailed. The shortest answer that you've got. Chat, do you know how she dies? And I guess I'll give like somewhat of a time limit, and I guess we'll just fucking move on. Axe in the bathroom. That'll fucking do it. Horror clips coming through. Axe in the bathroom. I would have said
Must be my imagination.
all right.
I always loved her kill because she has that moment to like just shut her eyes and like scream and lament.
Yeah,
right.
She just accepts her fate immediately.
Yeah.
Right, so Horror Clips has 1, Jace has 1, Evan has 2, and Johnny Recaps has 1 in the chat. Move right along and send it to Mr. Rockin' Robbie Billups. How's he die? How does he die?
Oh, you motherfucker.
That's an interesting
So this is the
one.
Friday remake. How does he die? I haven't seen that one in years now.
I probably wouldn't have got this one. I'm not going to lie.
He gets. I know this is wrong, but is he getting impaled on the back of a truck and dragged along, or is that somebody that happens to in the movie or some shit? I don't.
Yeah, that's something that happens to in the movie. Link,
Damn
do you
it.
know it? Can you steal it?
Does he like get drowned?
No, man. No, this. I thought this was a bit of a tricky one because it's like one of the least iconic movies, and I saw it. I'm like, oh, I guess that's how he dies. But here's how he dies.
Jason! Say hi to mommy! In hell!
That's
You know the bad part about that is that when we covered like best 2000 remakes. I put that on there. I think it was like number 10 for me, but still, it's like I put that on there and I didn't know how he fucking died. But still, great movie.
Dylan came through a little late with Woodchopper. I wouldn't even know how to describe it. Gets his head put through a machine or whatever. That's how it carries on like that for like another 45 seconds. You know what I find interesting is the kills in the remake. Like when we did the first one of these, I had you guys all pick your favorite kill in the franchise and we played it. And like every kill is like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, like at the longest, 15. And everyone from the remake just goes on and on and on. It's like it's just interesting to see like different eras and how it's like, just done differently. But all right, so nobody got that one. Missing link, my brother. Behind West by just a couple. You can get one closer. Right here. Hold on. You know this fucker?
Not at all.
You got a guess?
He gets his head smashed into something.
No. Wes, do you happen to know?
Is this the guy that gets harpooned?
No. He does not get harpooned. He gets drowned in sewage.
Please!
No!
Jace had it.
That works.
Dipped in a tub of acid. Jace had it. My cousin's uncle. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know your cousin or his uncle. The weed whacker. Dylan, are you behind? Oh no, you're. No, I never mind. I know what you're talking about. I never mind. All right, Wes. Oh fuck. Yeah, Wes. This one's for you.
She's the first
shit.
Like she get well. I mean, he comes up behind her and slashes her throat. She's like I guess it's Pamela actually that kills her. But yeah, she's like the first kill in the series, pretty much. Other than
I let it go a little bit long, but I know you had it anyway. My bad, everybody. But you were on your way to the answer. My bad. Yes, this is the kill. This is I consider it the first kill in the franchise because it's the first one that we see any type of gore other than the opening scene in the first movie where we don't see like anything. Pamela stabs her. Horror Clip says close. I would say slits. Slit. I'll just say that does not look like a woman. That does not look like a fucking woman. All right, chat. This one's for you. This one's for you, Chad. You got this one. How does he die? Or just the details, some description of the death that would make me know you know.
Come on, Dylan.
You know the kill.
Come on, Dylan. This is for you.
Come on. Yeah, get on the board, Dylan. Dylan, you should be running away with this by now. In the nuts, Dylan says. In the nuts. Yeah. He gets it in the nut. He does.
I can't hear you.
Now, we don't actually see the nuts, but I'm assuming that got him in the fucking nuts. That got him in the nuts. So yeah. Dylan is officially on the board. Robbie, this one's for you. Do you know, again, the circumstances surrounding this poor soul's death?
Well, this is Shelley from part 3, and I believe he gets his throat cut. I don't think we see it, but we see the aftermath of it, right?
Spot on, my brother.
Nice makeup job.
That's all we see. That's all.
Even in death, Shelley is pathetic.
You know, that's what I was thinking. Like, he's the first like purposefully annoying character until this one, till we get a lot of annoying characters. But he's sweet. He's still likable. You know what I mean? He's still kind of a lovable guy. We don't have that in part 4.
I just want people to like me.
Yeah, they ditched that for the rest of the goddamn franchise.
I think that was supposed to be Crispin Glover's character in 4, right?
Yeah.
Because they sure do spend a lot of time with his love life, man.
Until they saw him do the dance, they're like, wait a minute, we need to rework this character. If that's what he's going to be doing, we need to take a different angle. All right, Link, this one's for you coming up. You happen to know this girl and how she dies? It's tricky.
Choked with her pearl necklace.
That's a great fucking guess. Wes, do you know?
I'm blanking on how she dies for some reason. but she sucks, and I hate her, and I'm glad she does die. I don't know why I'm blanking, but I don't know how she dies.
I guess we've lost it. Chat, do you have it? This isn't for a point, but just for fun. Chat, 3, 2,
No prize.
1, just for fun. Robbie, do you know it? Just for fun.
I do not. I can't place it.
That's fine.
That's one that somebody could have just guessed and maybe got an axe to the head. I don't know.
As soon
axe
as
to the head?
as soon as the image pops up, I was like, "Did she get electrocuted by a lamp?" And now I know why I thought that.
Right. Her death just happened so quickly, I forgot
Well,
how it happened.
It's also a good, like, just like what we were talking about with this part 4 one. Like, look how long the camera kind of lingers on Jason. They feel like that's one, like, a lot of people don't like Jason Takes Manhattan. I've always loved it because of how the camera lingers. It's like the longest we ever see Jason in the movie. Like they did, in part 4, you barely
great.
see him. All right, Wes, coming up. This one's for you. How's he die?
Ralph. Good old Ralph. He's like in the woods, and Jason pops up behind him and cuts his throat, right? Holds him against a tree and cuts his throat.
Spot on.
With like a chain or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wes is crushing. Wes told me he watched. You said you watched like 7 of them this week or something?
The first 10 this week.
It pays off, baby. Wes is fucking crushing. All right, Wes, you now have 8. You are 4 ahead. Oh no, 3 ahead of Robbie at 5, 4 ahead of Link. And chat, this is for you. Dylan's got 1. Horror Clips has 1. Jace has 1. Evan leads you with 2, and Johnny Recaps has 1. Chat, this is for you. Get ready. Get ready. The one on the left, the guy with the red handkerchief and the nipples. How does he die? How does he die? Give me the circumstances surrounding his death. Come on, chat. Stabbed at night. Fuck, I feel like I gotta give it. I feel like, since everybody answered stab, I'm gonna give it to you. I always thought this is one of the stupidest kills in the franchise until I started putting this together, and I watched this clip like 4 times while editing it, and I'm like, I kind of love this kill. There's something about it I kind of love. The fact that it shows the Camp Crystal Lake sign.
What's that? Oh, hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
Oh, hi. What are you doing on this, man? It's like, I don't know, something super cheesy about it, but I'm like, man, this has atmosphere. Like, watching it again. Like, it's kind of a cool kill. Stabbed at night, I'm giving it to you, Horror Clips. I mean, I don't know. I don't know a better way to describe it, I guess. I'm giving it to you. Stabbed at night. I feel like you knew it. I feel like you fucking knew it. All right, Robbie, my brother. We got, I think maybe one time around again, something like that. I think it's something like that. We'll see. Robbie, this is for you. How do they die?
All 3 of these fuckers get their heads cut off at the same time, man.
Boom.
Yeah. Part 6, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Bart, Robbie with 6. Link with 4. Wes with 8. Link, this one's for you. This is a hard one, I feel like. You happen to know?
He gets his head cut off.
Yes, he does get his fucking head cut off. Yes, he goddamn does. There's no better way to describe it than gets his head cut off. All right, hell yeah. All right, Link's got 5. Wes, this one's for you. This is the last one for the panel. Shit. I might not have paced this out because this might be the last one fucking period. We'll see. We might have to go back for that tiebreaker. Yes, it is from Freddy. Oh shit, sorry. You know it?
Yeah, this has got to be from Freddy vs. Jason. I am not sure what it is because that's the next one on my list to rewatch. So I didn't get to that this week. This isn't. I don't think this is the guy that gets folded into the bed, but I'm going to say that because that's the most memorable kill from that movie.
That is a great guess.
That's
That
a
is
good
a
guess,
great
yeah.
guess. Decapitated on front porch. We have horror
yeah.
clips saying he is on his front porch. I don't know if he gets decapitated, but his dad definitely did. Let's just see it. Shit. Robbie, I was supposed to send it to you.
I
Oh,
mean,
no.
Wes has won anyway. So
Yeah, Wes has one anyway. But only by one. But yeah, you're right. Dad. Hell yeah. Now I think that's it. Yes,
That actually made me jump.
That is indeed it. So, okay, here's what it boils down to. I'm really glad I saved that last one because I would have not have known how to solve this. This is going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to go back to that other music thing, and there's one left. And chat, this is for you guys. So, Wes, congratulations to you. First of all, you win. You win, brother. I'm sending this to you. I am mailing this to you. Actually, I'm mailing this one once I fucking finish it.
Hell yeah.
This one is going to the chat, and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna pull up my other little thingamajig, and I have one more piece of music left from a horror film, and whoever gets it in the chat. Now, this is just between. Damn it. Because if one of you guys doesn't know this, then I'm fucked. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. Actually, I got an idea. I have an idea. So if one of you doesn't know it, I will figure something else out. So I'm going to have to get up to the last one. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit sloppy. I apologize. Now, again, horror clips and Evan. You guys are tied at 2. Horror clips and Evan. Answer this. This might be a little bit sloppy. I'm going to have to get to the proper piece of music. But I have one more that you guys haven't heard. Hold on. Not this. I think it's this. I think it's this right here. I fucking hope so. So horror clips and Evan, listen up. This is a fucking hard one too. Just don't answer it. But does anybody on the chat know it? I feel like it's hard.
I can't. I don't know it, but it sounds very familiar.
Right? I'm going to play it again. Fucking Evan, my man, dude. Coming through.
Wow.
I thought it was funny because I saw this on YouTube and I'm like, I listened to it and I'm like, I would have never known in a million years that was the score. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like it should be more iconic than that, but I did not know. But Evan did know it, man. Congratulations, Evan, my man. That means Dylan won it last Friday the 13th, and his little brother Evan has won it this time around. Again, show you what you've won, my friend. Just hit me up on Instagram, Evan, and send me your address, and I will send this to you ASAP. Whoa, is my internet cutting out?
No.
Oh, cool. It says it is. Cool. All right. Well, hell yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. I thought that went pretty goddamn well. Appreciate. Oh, well, none of this stuff wants to leave. I'm telling you to leave. There it is. Okay. All right. Perfect, man. So Evan gets a mask. Wes gets a mask. Robbie, Link, I appreciate you guys.
Man, I'm never going to get a Friday 4 mask now.
I know, man.
Dylan stole it from me last time because you gave him first pick.
Hey, he was in the chat, man. He's in the chat.
I know.
The right thing to do. Thank you, Tuga. And I really appreciate. I'll be honest, man, because we've been doing all of our shows during the day and none at night. And I'm like, God damn it! I hope some fucking people show up in the chat for us tonight because it will be embarrassing if there's nobody in the chat. And it's been a lot of you in here, so I really, really could not appreciate you guys more. Hell yeah, Evan! Congratulations, man. Can we do Final Destination quiz? We did a Final Destination show a couple weeks ago. Go check that out. And pretty soon here, me and Link will probably get together and do the new one on a Sunday. So hell yeah, man. All right, let's go around now and wrap this bad boy up. Let's go ahead and give a rating to Friday 4. Of course, if you guys have any other thoughts, anything you want to, let's do a rating and your favorite kill. If you can come up with that off the top of your head, everybody. And if it's the same kill for everybody, that's fine. I know I'm putting you guys on the spot. But Robbie, you got a rating and a favorite kill, one you'd like to highlight, or just anything else you want to add?
Well, my rating, I don't know what I rated the last 3.
I wish I knew too, bro.
Yeah, and I wish I knew what I rated them when we did the whole franchise a few years ago. But I would give this one a 3. 3 out of 5 is what I would give part 4. It's not my favorite, but it's watchable and it's rewatchable. Also the music, Harry Manfred, what's his name? Manfredini, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
He actually writes some new pieces and does some new arrangements for
Yes.
this one, which he didn't do in part 3, except for the disco opening, which was badass.
Super
But
badass.
he like put some more stuff into this one, so it rounds out the score a little bit. But overall, I like it. I wish there was more Jason, like seeing Jason in there. It's got very memorable moments. It's a fan favorite. It's not my fan favorite, but it is solid. I'll give it 3. My favorite kill, just the dude downstairs. He's killing me. Oh
Yeah.
my God, he's killing me.
The best thing ever. You know what's so funny, man? There's so like right in that last, which we've been praising the third act of this film. They make so many stupid decisions in the last like 15 minutes of this movie. They split up like 4 different times. They meet Corey Feldman, like, hey, wait here.
Yeah.
Stay here in this house. She's like, I'm coming with you. He's like, all right, let's go. Corey, hold down the fort. It's like he's
That's a
11.
lot of ground covered from houses that are just across the street from each other, too, right?
Right.
Lamest kill, by the way, is Mommy Jarvis, who you don't even know what
Yeah.
happened to her.
You know what's funny? There's a deleted scene that's super crazy dark. Where
Is it the deleted ending or whatever, where
Yeah.
they find her or something?
I wonder if that's why they felt okay with not showing her death because of what they plan to show later. Like she goes upstairs and finds her mom and she's in the bathtub. It's full of blood and her eyes go all white. And it's like, it looks like it's out of a different franchise. Almost.
And then Jason paused back up. It was one of those false dream finishes or something.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, really interesting, man. So, all right, a 3 from Rock and Robbie. We got 4 down here in the chat from Bobby De Legato, my brother. All right, Link, where do you land on it, man?
I'll give it a 3.75. It's fun at the end of the day. It's entertaining, you know. And Corey Feldman, I think him doing the final, it'd be Corey Feldman taking out Jason or the Crispin Glover kill, among my favorites.
Yes.
But just, you know, that striking imagery of Corey with the crackhead shaved head and, you know, him just going to town on Jason, you know.
Dude, that's a bald cap. That blew my mind to hear that was a bald cap. I'm like, I've always thought like, yeah, big ups to him for shaving his head, but of course he didn't.
Yeah.
He's shooting other movies at the same time. It's like, of course he didn't. But yeah, hell yeah. And I think I wasn't even thinking of Jason's kill because I think it's the best Jason death. And I'm glad you just mentioned Corey Feldman again because he's fantastic in the movie. The scene of him, there's something so like cool about that scene of him looking across from the windows and seeing the naked chick, and his excitement seems so real. That was one thing. Like he read the script, he's like, "Oh my god, I want to do this movie." He's like, "I'm going to get so many boobies," and he got on set. They're like, "You're not going to see any of this, Corey." He was like, "What?" But hell yeah,
the
man.
skinny dipping scene, you know, he was like really. Even though he probably didn't see it, the reaction, it seemed the excitement was palpable, you know.
I love it. I love the mom's reaction too. Oh, boys will be boys. There's something really funny about that. Bobby going with a 4 out of 5, man. Fancy corkscrew for the best kill from Mad Respect.
He does call it a fancy corkscrew. I'm like, bro, that's just a regular ass corkscrew.
He's in a
I guess in
world.
1984, that was a new one. The one that
right? All right, where do you land on part 4, Wes?
I think like 3.5 or maybe like 3.25, but like it's the finale is a lot of fun, and I think Corey Feldman's dancing, as awful as it is, or not Corey Feldman, Crispin Glover's dancing, as awful as it is, actually does bring up my rating a little bit just because it's so funny. But I think my favorite kill is probably the guy that gets stabbed through the projector screen, just because like you're not expecting him to get stabbed from behind, and then it happens, and the way he just falls down and it cuts through the screen, I think is a really cool way to kill. Like, I know the MPAA came down hard on this one, but I think that's still a cool kill.
Satisfying. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm going, I guess, a little bit above all you guys. I just level like when I'm like, I was tired. It's hard for me to squeeze in these movies because with a toddler all day, and I always have to wait for her to go to bed before I watch them. And as soon as I don't know, there's something about like I put it on and I was like, fuck yeah. I was just so set for it last night. So that opening scene, and like it's got this big budget feel with the crane, and I love how it picks up right after 3, and it just kind of eases you in, and then it's kill, and I'm like, God damn! Like the movie's almost easier to watch than maybe the other 3 that came before it, because you never have to wait very long for another kill scene. But again, I wish I knew what I rated the other ones, but without knowing, I'm just gonna give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. I think it was a lot more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. Like I said in the past, I didn't love it.
Sorry, you just reminded me of it, but I meant to spotlight this earlier. But I really did enjoy the opening. How it like, if you hadn't seen any of the other Fridays or any of that, it caught you up really quickly and got you acclimated to like the franchise in like 2 minutes. So I thought that was really cool about it.
That's one thing the director said. He was like resistant of having the scenes from the other movies, and previously on Friday the 13th, he's like, he thought it seemed hokey, and it is. There is something like super corny about it, but he says all these years later, going back and watching, he thinks it's kind of cool, and I do too.
Yeah,
because it's like we don't still do that. It's kind of like charming. There's something kind of cool about it. Like
even the Friday movies stopped doing that, right? But I love how they're like, this is one story that we're being told, right? And I know that somebody in the chat earlier said, this is the last human Jason. I would argue that Jason was never human. I argue that Jason's been a supernatural being from the beginning. I think it was the death of his mother that reawoken him and aged him 30 years.
With the with the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
But whoever said that in the chat earlier, big ups to you, because I mean it's a fair point though, because that was kind of my thought. This is the first one. It's the first one where he's inarguably superhuman, because he comes back from the dead. In the other one, like in part 2, he doesn't die, and then he dies in part 3. He's not in part 1. You could make some excuses of why he wasn't found in the lake or whatever. This one, he's dead. Like he definitely should be dead, and he rises from the dead, and then he doesn't really come back until part 6. And in part 6, he's full-fledged Terminator zombie Jason.
Yeah,
and he never looks back. So it's like this is the bridge. This is the bridge between a more grounded Jason and then the supernatural.
One more super awesome kill in this movie. It was and I don't know if this one got mentioned when I was stepping away, but the doctor, the super horny doctor, who gets his neck sawed and then his head twisted around, dude.
I think out of all of them, that's the one that is that it sucks that it got cut so much. I would love them to linger on that a second longer. That and the Crispin Glover kill with the accident, almost every one of them, it could have lingered on it a little bit longer, and it would just make it a little bit cooler. I guess they cut. It's only like 10 or 15 seconds of gore to get to the R rating, but that adds up. You know what I mean? If every kill just lingered a little bit longer, I think it would be. And it kills me that they haven't released that yet. Yeah. Like, I don't know how much of it is lost or whatever, but
it's crazy.
I would love to see that.
How many times I've had this conversation with people where they're like, why are you buying that movie again? I'm like, they're adding, it's the unrated cut.
3 seconds.
It's just like 3 more. Like the Hostel Part 2 is like the unrated cut's like a 3 or 4 second longer thing, but it's way better.
The Nightmare on Elm Street.
It adds up though, like you were saying, like that. The lingering or just a few letting it like saturate or letting you sit in that moment. It matters sometimes. So.
Oh yeah, Horror Clip saying that's one of his favorite kills in the franchise. It is good. It is really good. And another great thing about that kill, the doctor or the nurse or whatever that guy is that there's another kill like 10 seconds later. They're kind of like stack kills right there. They kill him, and then he goes to the nurse
and he scalpels up, right? Like he just like carves up in her chest and stuff. Man, that's pretty good.
I realized I didn't come up with a whatever. I was gonna pull up a thumbnail, but then I have to load some shit. I'll just tell you what we're doing next weekend. This is Link's pick, which honestly we were gonna do anyway, brother. But I'm happy to do it for you. It's 28 weeks later, so we got 28 years later coming out in a couple weeks. We're gonna be covering that on a Thursday in a couple weeks from now. But next Wednesday afternoon, because we're moving back to Thursday nights. That's what I was gonna say. So Stu can't make it next week. It's just gonna be me and you, Link. But we'll do Wednesday for that, and then 2 Thursdays from now, we're going back to Thursday nights. Blood Splatter Chatter, moving from Wednesday afternoon back to Thursday nights, where it's more natural to be talking horror. It's one of those things. Once I move the show, I'm like, is this fucking weird to be talking horror on Wednesday afternoons? And then after a month, I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. So we're going back to Thursday nights, and we're talking 28 years later in 2 weeks. But next week's 28 weeks later. So really excited about that. And Mr. Billis, what do you got going on, man? You didn't send me any thumbnails.
Oh shit, I forgot to, because we're talking about a obviously a classic film on Monday night. We're talking about Andrew Dice Clay and the Adventures of Ford Fairlane. This we're in the midst of Crew's choice, and this was John Spiliotopoulos' pick. It's one of his favorite movies ever, and y'all, I watched it the other day, and you know what? It's pretty fucking fun. So it's going to be a great conversation.
Did I pick the safe? I know you've said that most people have been pretty safe with it. A lot of people had to do their Crew's choices anime. Did I pick the safest of all the movies?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like I did.
Yeah,
I feel like I did. You can't fucking mess with it. Stand by me, man. It meant something to me. It was one of those, I'm trying to find a movie that like meant something to me.
Well, and it's also a great reason to revisit that movie. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, and it was,
really?
dude, I've been scared of Kiefer Sutherland and leeches ever since.
Right. I think of it all the time. Something. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Link, you got anything going on? Of course, you're here every Wednesday or Thursday with me. We do our occasional. You know what I'm thinking about? I think I figured out the title for our show. Link and I, we get together at least once a Sunday to talk new horror movies, and I think I want to call it Blood Splatter Chatter: The New Blood. Where we talk, which is the title of Friday, Part 7, Blood Splatter Chatter, The New Blood, where we're talking about the newest horror movies coming out. But other than that, you got anything special going on?
No, you'll see me floating around somewhere in the interwebs, but definitely here Thursday in 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, I know I'm making it as complicated as possible. Next Wednesday, but 2 Thursdays from now. Come hang out with us. But Wes, my man, who just finished up, you just wrapped up college, going to school to make films. Right. You just put together a short film, which I'm so excited. I'm so excited just to vicariously live through you doing things that I would fucking dream of doing. So it's so cool. But other than that, and maybe some of that, what do you got going on? Where can people find you online?
You can find me on TikTok at Green Brulee down here, and Instagram, same name, and on YouTube, same name. And I'm just making content, kind of looking for work now because I'm graduating, which is oh my god. So there's that, and then hopefully just there's a few projects this summer that I want to get on filmmaking wise that I've been asking about, so hopefully I'll get on 1 or 2 of those. Other than that, just living life.
Oh yeah, man, I love it, dude. I love having you on. I'm so glad you could make this one, and we got to do it more often, brother. We definitely got to get you on more often. You guys in the chat, you've been incredible. Once again, congratulations to Evan. I will be delivering you this mask. Just send me your address. Again, the rest of you that participated, Horror Clips, Dylan, Jace, Johnny Recaps, Bobby De La Ghetto with your funny answers, Two Gun Pedro, Mad Respect. I think I already said Jace, but I'll say again, Michelle Stokes, Stab in the Dark reviews. We had a really good turnout for this one. This is probably the best Friday show that we've done yet as far as the turnout in the chat. So I really, really appreciate that. And this is probably the one that I've advertised the fucking least. So I guess that's a cool thing. But if I missed anybody, just know that I love you dearly. And hopefully we'll see you for the next one. We'll see you on Wednesday for 28 weeks later.